Bennitto Il Duce!
When was the last time you saw a Chevrolet in Tokyo? When do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at
Built second to none. Bear no expense, and he always went after those properties.
Parsnips, bicycles, not for the true English, not for the true-born Englishman. Blah, 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 blah. British bicycles. There's something, umbrellas. There's something. The entire expanse of Hertfordshire. Bristol sprouts. Something for recruits to the cause.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
I'm sorry you weren't there, Watkin. One had hoped that one's best friends would support one in the task of rebuilding to now retire.
We have to catch the 9:30 tomorrow, remember?
Oh, yes. Good night, Stephanie.
Good night.
Good night, little Madeline.
Good night.
His knees.
Brother Black Shorts, as I stand before you tonight, we are on the brink of victory. Our policies are clear. Our policies are just. Our policies are fully laid out in my book with England price 3 and 6pence for all good booksellers. Our policies are: 1, the right, nay, the duty of every free-born Englishman to grow his own potatoes. 2, an immediate ban on the import of foreign root vegetables into the United Kingdom. And 3, the compulsory scientific measurement of all adult male knees. Not for the true-born Englishman, the bony, angular knee of the so-called intellectual. Not for him, the puffy knee of the criminal classes. The British knee is firm. The British knee is muscular. The British knee is on the march!
What would you say to the many local residents here who feel that you've run roughshod over planning legislation and environmental issues simply because you've got lots of money?
It's a very interesting question because, honestly, this is a very popular project. We've had great support from the council and great support from the political leaders. We've saved the dunes, and from an environmental standpoint, it's a much better situation.
At birth, every citizen, as of right, will be issued with a British bicycle and an honest British-made umbrella, thus assured of a mobile workforce adequately protected against the elements. This great country can go forward once more to glory. Hooray!
I say, that's a jolly good idea, Jesus.
Citizens of Totley on the Wold, I say to you that nothing stands between us and our victory except defeat. Tomorrow is a new day. The future lies ahead.
Sure, I'd never thought of that.
Hail Spode!
Everybody who likes me in this room, I do solemnly swear that I, no matter how I feel, no matter what the conditions, that's good enough.
See, that sort of thing really makes you think, doesn't it, Jeeves?
Indeed it does, sir.
Ah, Jeeves, glad to see you here. You're just the sort of person we need in the movement. The working masses.
I hesitate to contradict you, Mr. Spode, but the working masses and I have barely a nodding acquaintanceship. Good afternoon.
It was never out. The standard of umpiring in village cricket nowadays is really very poor. Stop the car, Bertie.
Oi!
Sure you know, guys, be mindful of yourselves. Don't rush forward like idiots till you get all the shots you want. Mr. Trump will spend time with you.
Better believe it. Good. And everyone knows Martin Hawtrey. He's the architect of the site. How are you? Nice to see you.
Look here, Spode, will you keep this rabble of yours out of the way of the traffic?
How dare you? This highly trained force has far more right to the road than you.
Don't talk rot, Spode.
I am not in the habit of talking rot.
Well, I must say, you're doing dashed well for a beginner. Drive on, Bertie. Clear the road!
Talk on the illegal immigration, what's going on. We've got to stop it. We're going to build a wall.
This is a sad occasion. Fate has decreed that I must leave the saviors of Britain to take up the reins of the ship of state in another place.
What we need to do now.
You do know what?
You've been detained under Section 14 of the Criminal Procedure Scotland Act 1995. Do you know what this
What's he doing?
Grab that. Just get that. Richard, grab the camera.
Let go of the camera. Let go of the camera before it gets damaged, sir.
And then the next thing I know, you're wrestling over the bonnet of Finlay's van, this policeman attacking you, trying to pull the camera off you, still not giving you any reason why, what you've done. I think it was totally out of order.
Do that to me!
Right, son.
Then slammed the handcuffs on, and I saw your wrist was grazed and everything, and that was totally out of order. That's disgraceful.
Loosen those cuffs, please.
With one of the many measures I intend to introduce into the House of Lords will be a bill widening the gauge of the British railway system by 8 inches to facilitate the transportation of livestock. The dismal Jimmies will tell you that we cannot afford to replace the 27,000 miles of track necessary for the task. They have not looked at it scientifically. It will be more than paid for by the fact that sheep will be able to stand sideways.
There'll be nothing like it, and it's going to be done environmentally perfect.
The Many estate is in the constituency of First Minister Alex Salmond.
The balance of opinion among people in the northeast of Scotland, among my constituents, is very strongly in favour. And that's because we can see the social and economic benefits. I mean, 6,000 jobs across Scotland, 1,400 local and permanent jobs here in the northeast of Scotland. And that's a very powerful argument. I think that outweighs the environmental concerns.
There's not many people looking to invest £1 billion in this local economy. It's right in keeping with our development strategy that inward-bound tourism is key for the city and shire. That's what we're here to support, and in partnership with Mr Trump, I believe we can do that together.
I thought it was the biggest thing that had happened in the northeast since oil was discovered.
No, no, CPO! You will be the next to go! No, no!
Early in 2009, Mr Trump's legal people approached the council with suggestions as to how they might justify to councillors the use of compulsory purchase.
The Trump organisation have asked the council to consider using CPOs, and councillors decided it was inappropriate to reject the use of compulsory purchase.
Oxford University will also be abolished.
Have Spode!
We must have progress.
Have Spode!
Oh, well, better get on with the meeting, I suppose.
Can we, with him shouting his head off?
Let Richard start. He'll soon see off Spode.
These men have told me that the lobe of the average Englishman is shorter, more clearly defined, and better adapted to the work that every lobe has to do than the lobes of any other race.
Comrades, we stand here united against the forces of Wall Street and the City of London.
In our march towards a new Britain, we will be fearless in the face of the Bolsheviks.
We stand for ownership by the proletariat of all means of production and distribution.
I do not rely on the good old English fist.
Go on, Richard, tell them.
I tell you, comrades, we have here today at Goodwood a perfect example of another unholy alliance. I mean the unholy alliance between the plutocratic racehorse owners and the bookies. Another alliance against the British working man. The capitalistic owner, together with his chums, the bookie and the newspaper magnate, would have the honest working man believe that his horse is the real goods, when the reality is that it couldn't even trot the length of the stable yard without crossing his bally legs and sitting down for a rest.
My friends, the Bolsheviks might appeal to your lower instincts of greed and envy.
We've all lost hard-earned money today to the bookies on Ocean Breeze.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
But what does Lord Bittlesham care? There he is, comrades. I tell you, this country won't be a fit place for honest men to live in till the blood of Lord Bittlesham and his kind runs in rivers down the gutters of Park Lane!
I know Comrade Little won't mind me intervening, comrades, to tell you that our own movement is also being infiltrated by our enemies. Even in our own little band, we have the nephew of that very same Lord Bittlesham, whose name you were hooting a moment ago.
Richard! Lord Bittlesham's nephew.
To the back of the arena. This is becoming violent. There is pushing and shoving going on inside this arena. People are throwing objects. Police are now escorting some protesters. We don't know if they're Trump supporters or protesters being led out of this arena right now. But just moments ago, a very large crowd of supporters, protesters, media, it was simply rocking back and forth. As my camera just panned back over, you could see this large section of protesters I was referring to earlier. They're now shouting, "Bernie, Bernie," obviously in support of Bernie Sanders. Aaron, I've just never seen anything like this. This place has just erupted. Now you're hearing Donald Trump people on the other side of the arena yelling, "Trump, Trump, Trump."
Typical of the Bolshevik monarch's behavior. Go on! Go on, hit him!
Here, my lord. You swine!
Coming through, gentlemen, please.
Some shilly man! Get him! Ah, that's right! Well done!
I'd drink too if I owned a horse like that.
No, he's been in a...
Bertie, when we get back to the house, I must talk to you about the painting.
Painting?
We will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're winning in Ohio against Kasich, who's totally overrated, by the way. We're winning all over. Do I hear somebody over there? You have one guy over there shouting. We have thousands of people, and you'll read about him tomorrow. Get him the hell out of here, will you, please? Get him out of here.